On this edition of Kababayan Today, Phil-Am community leader Benito Miranda shares how diabetes in his family led him to make healthier decisions. That's all next on Kababayan Today. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tonji and thank you for watching Kababayan Today once again. Kasama natin para sa ating Healthy Living Initiative for the month of January 2015, si Benito Miranda. Ben is here on Kababayan Today to share about healthy living as an expert on senior healthcare and how seniors can avail of the benefits that are available to those that are new to this and are nervous about their move to becoming a Medicare recipient. He personally chose to live a healthy life by deciding to do the bariatric surgery to bypass the ills that he believes are hereditary in his family. He shares this procedure with us here on the show. Napaka-inspirational talaga. Tito Benito!
Good morning, Giselle. How are you? Well, it's actually good afternoon when you show this.
Yes,
this
good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. I've been meaning to have you on the show since I started. I was just wondering, Tito Benito, well, I know that Tito Benito does push-ups every day, works out. I mean, you do this every day.
I have no choice.
Okay, so let's talk about your decision to live a healthy and active lifestyle. When you were growing up in Cebu, was being healthy and active something that your parents showed you or your family did together?
Well, my family, diabetes runs in the family.
Mm-hmm. As a lot of Filipinos.
Exactly. But this time, my mom, my dad, and all the brothers had diabetes. Now, growing up in Cebu, when you're young, you know how we are, we're so involved in sports. Mm-hmm. So it didn't really matter what we ate because when you play sports every day, you're not going to gain weight. I mean, it was, the problem is when you stop playing, and you move to another country and you still eat the same way you're eating back home, things change. And especially here when I came, it was just the food that I started eating, it was actually mostly junk food. And it got to the point where I said to myself, I got to change the way I live. You know, and so when I got married, of course, you know, you're trim and fit because sports in there, but the older you get, you know, it's more
difficult. There's more of an effort. You have to make the effort, yeah?
And I remember before going home to the Philippines for a reunion, I would go to Lindora and lose 80, 60 pounds to look good back home. Coming back, I'd gain it plus more. And I did it for like 3 or 4 years.
So this was like yo-yo weight.
Horrible.
Gaining weight, losing, gaining, losing.
Exactly. And then it got to the point when where I was always sleeping. I was always looking for water, and sleeping was horrible, snoring, and I'd have the where you hold your breath, a sleep apnea problem.
And this was caused by overweight.
Overweight, yeah. Can I tell you how much I went up to?
Of course.
I was up to over 350 pounds, size 48 waistline, and it got to the point where the doctor told me, you know, it's best for you to have the laparoscopic gastric bypass surgery, not the lap band, and it's too late for you to start the insulin shots because every day my blood count was at 290, over 300, and I said to myself, I am not going to die like my mother before age 60. She also died of diabetes. And so I went to see Dr. Murata and Dr. Panich from Torrance Hospital IPA introduced me to Dr. Eileen Takahashi at Torrance Memorial. Mm-hmm. So Halloween 2009, I did the laparoscopic gastric bypass surgery, the bariatric surgery.
For people that don't know what this is, what is it?
Okay.
It's a mouthful, Tito Benito.
It is. And now you know how lap band is. Lap band is they put a temporary thing there so that you don't eat as much, and so after you get full right away. The gastric bariatric laparoscopic gastric bypass surgery is they actually bypass your large intestine. They kind of seal off your stomach, and like my stomach right now it's probably the size of a nice Fiji apple.
A Fiji apple.
No, not that small. The big one, like the in Japan.
Okay,
Yeah, the
okay,
big one.
okay.
And so I eat about 6, 7, 8 times a day because even a banana, if I eat the whole banana, I probably get sick. My stomach, it's too big. So I eat half of it and then wait for another couple hours to eat it again. So it's you change your habit, but it's a surgery procedure. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours. You bypass the large intestine and then your stomach is small. And so for the first few months after you have the surgery, you have to eat mushy food. And I fell in love with Gerber baby food.
Ah, talaga?
Well, it's soft and it's cheap. You buy what? 5 for $1 at
So
this
you
place.
ate Gerber baby food?
Well, yeah, mushy food, and then and my wife's a good cook anyway, and so she
Of course.
the mushy stuff, the linugao, all that kind of stuff, and then after a while, but the food that got me in trouble, which I used to pick out a lot, was the Filipino food.
Oh, yes. As
and-
we know, Tito Benito, the Filipino food that we all grew up eating
Right.
is not healthy
Right.
at all. So here on Kababayan Today, we're going to talk about your journey, the decision
Okay.
to go healthy and active. Don't go away. We'll be right back on Kababayan Today.